Just making sure all pages are good and everything, everybody. I need to go back into my channel videos and make sure that I get rid of that earlier stream where it had absolutely no sound. But let's go ahead and get this chapter started. So, yo, peoples, Kyushu92 here to bring you the latest chapter of My Hero Academia, chapter 258. I hope I gave the chapter name of the last chapter. Yeah, I did. I remember reading the title out. So, with this, chapter 258, Friends, and it has Bakugo, Midoriya, and Shoto blasting off in the air with one of Endeavor's sidekicks. You know, the Harley Quinn one with the fiery hair and the big old smile, and that really doesn't care what Bakugo thinks of her. She's there, and she's guiding them. Because in the last chapter, it ended with the doctor who's working with All for One, returning to the hospital, who I still believe is the same doctor that said Midoriya wasn't going to have a quirk. I seriously believe that he and the doctor that works for All for One are one and the same. And he's returned to the hospital. And he's rarely seen there that everyone says like, oh, we haven't seen you here in a while. So, and after that, it says at the end of March, every hero in the city disappeared. So hopefully we get to find out what happens. And we got Hawks. What's up, Twice? Turning back the clocks 2 months. Help! Oh, Red's here too. 1 week has passed since the hint about the hospital. And he's nudging over to Hawks. What should I say our mission statement is? Spinner and Compress have been in meetings for days. Kiran and Dobby can't be bothered. And Toga's cute as ever, so you gotta help me out, Prof. Many in this regiment are harboring doubts. You may be a figurehead who was simply headed your position, but we ought to hear the mission statement from your own lips. So I was like, gotta take a dump. Now I'm here, so help. And Hawks is just laughing at him. You do a good impression of Sanctum. He's the longest-serving member of the Liberation Army. The Para-Liberation Front is split into segments. The League members and former MLA commanders lead the regiment most suited to them. In a single month's time, Hawks memorized how the members are all organized. The 3 most capable members of each regiment serve as advisors to the lieutenants. So, Vanguard Action Tactics Regiment Black, with Twice in charge. Then we have, with a sole exception, these advisors are in charge of bases throughout the country. So we have Vanguard Action Tactics Regiment Black, which is where Twice is. Vanguard Action Guerrilla Warfare Regiment Violet, which is where Dobby and the ice quirk user is. Vanguard Action Intelligence Regiment Carmine, which is where, what is that dude's name? Sanctum and Toga are. And given their responsibilities at the bases, they didn't participate in the revival party in Deka City, but their abilities surpassed those of the average hero. And lastly, we have Compress and Spinner in charge of Vanguard Action Support Regiment Brown. So they really do have a lot of people underneath them. If they make the first move, we lose. Despite the constant surveillance limiting his actions, Hawks was able to learn about the members without drawing suspicion, thanks to the interpersonal skills drilled into him from a young age by the Safety Commission. And what he observed was animosity and resentment towards the current system. Individual freedom should reign supreme. We're going to destroy the status quo. Something like that, yeah? Oh! Also, a word or two about loyalty to Redestro. Huh? Since it's him and his bloodline that managed to unite all these people. I ain't feeling it. I ain't saying it. So I just gotta sing the guy's praises. Awesome, thanks a bunch! Twice is so Two-Face. He really is. There is one more specific goal. Bringing down the status quo means annihilating all heroes. And it has a panel here where it looks like the entire city or possibly the entire world is just utterly destroyed with All Might just looking on. They plan to attack all major cities at once throughout the nation. With society brought to a lawless standstill, Redestro and the Hearts and Mind Party will storm the political world. They will distribute weapons and extol the virtues of self-defense, calling it true freedom, just as when laws lost their meaning following the advent of the exceptional, these people will throw the world into chaos and enthrone Shigaraki atop the rubble. Wow, that's really their plan. They plan to destroy the world through chaos. The second coming of All for One. Ah, you're doing stellar work, man. I knew you were a swell guy. It's thanks to you that the pieces are in place, Jinbo Baigawara. Right back at you. When I heard that you'd conquer your trauma, a chill ran down my spine. Because at that moment, you went from being just another 2-bit villain to the asset we ought to fear most. I know that you're a good-natured guy. Oh, what's going on with him and Twice? For a hero, you sure know a lot about the Liberation Army. Why is that? Because I empathize with their cause. The world I once admired and dreamt of joining turned out to be a birdcage locking me up. I want to fly free. A cage isn't where I belong. Oh, is he trying to... Oh, is he trying to, throw some subliminal messaging into Twice, knowing that his split personality don't always listen to one another? God, I wish they'd stop spying on you and let me meet Shigaraki. You. I wonder why I haven't gotten to meet him yet. He's powering up in some mountain near Kyoto. It's gonna take 4 months. Oh, he's powering up in some mountain near Kyoto. It's gonna take 4 months. That's off the record, yeah? I know Mr. Long Black Hair is him, but whatever, it's fine. I mean, you're working yourself to the bone for us already. I get how you feel. Hey, Hawks. Anyone who helps his friends can't be all bad. And since I know you're good-natured, let's fly free together. And here we have the statue of All Might, like the pose he's taking, the pose he took when he beat All for One. Ready to try your best at a first year as a first year die? Ready to try out your first year as a die? Ready to try your best as a first year die? And it's this one kid looking on with a Endeavor statue in his hands. Uh-huh. And then in the next panel, it has all the heroes making their move towards somewhere. We got Miriko, we got Present Mike. We pretty much got every major hero there right now. Hey, what if My Hero Academia? Welcome. Yes, you're kind of a tad bit late because I'm currently on pages 14 and 15 of 20. Well, it might be less than that because it counts like the final pages talking about previous chapters and everything in there as well. But so far, Hawks has been kind of working out, has memorized where each major member of the Para-Liberation Front is. And I feel like he's trying to steer Twice into helping him. Like he's already got Twice to tell him where Shigaraki is, which is out in the mountains in Kyoto, near the mountains in Kyoto. And whatever operation he's going under is going to take 4 months. And this is 2 months back. The story that's happening right here is 2 months back. But now we got a panel here with all the major heroes. Gran Torino's there. So many people are there already. And then it cuts to UA. Spring break's almost over, huh? We're going on a trip for our work study. Oh, you're right. We're going on a trip for our work study. Oh, you're right. You girls too? For real? Same here. We also got a trip planned for that day, huh? What's up with that? Hang on, us too. Me too. And then it cuts to the present. There's heroes! There's heroes in those foothills. We're gonna back them up and help evacuate the city. Yo! So, and we pretty much have every single person that is in class 1A and class 1B. And we even have the big three out there. Nejido and Amajiki, I'm pretty sure, is out there somewhere. He's probably hiding himself because, he doesn't like to be out in the spotlight. But apparently everyone in class 1A and class 1B, they're going to help evacuate the city. What is the plan, though? Now, we all know that the entire city is going to be completely evacuated. Yeah, you're right. This war is about to be massively insane. There's heroes in those foothills, and I'm pretty sure that this is Kyoto, which means that they're making their way to Shigaraki. And what happens when they get to Shigaraki? It is going to be a battle of the ages. We thought that All Might versus All for One was something. We thought that Deku versus Overhaul was something. This is going to be all major heroes converging on one place to take down one person. And we have all of the other students being used to evacuate the city, because I'm pretty sure that once they start fighting, it's inevitably going to lead there. And they're going to need as much free space as they could possibly can. Do you think Shigaraki is getting All for One? Like his ability? I honestly don't know. It's curious, but now that we know that that leading up to the months, because this is 2 months back. This is, hold on. Yeah, this is 2 months back. In 5 months, they said that they were going to destroy, that Shigaraki was going to destroy the world in 5 months, or, destroy the city or bring down Hero Society in 5 months. This is leading up to that. And in 2 months, Hawks has been working his way through the Pyramid Liberation and has been seeding like little machinations in the mind of Twice. And now, in these months, all the students of 1A so far and 1B, they're all going to work to evacuate the entire city outside the Kyoto Mountains, which I feel is going to be the epicenter of what could be the biggest hero battle in My Hero Academia. And it says, like One Piece, the next chapter hits next week on the 2nd. And that's pretty much the end of chapter 258. So, ladies and gentlemen, things are about to get interesting. All the heroes are converging on one place. All the students are going to help with evacuations. And the city's going to be completely cleared out for the inevitable big clash between the Para-Liberation Front and the major heroes. Every hero in Japan, because of this event that's going on. They called in the big guns. Gran Torino's there, Ryukyu, Wash, Aizawa, President Mike, Miriko, Endeavor. Everybody is there. It's about to go down. The heroes are going to lose. Something is about to happen next week. Something big. But I don't know what it is. So this, like One Piece, I thought this was a good chapter because this just leaves more thoughts in my head about what's about to go down. Twice can clone Gigantomachia. I forgot about that. He can clone people, which means if he wanted to clone different Nomus, like High End or the like, he can do that. One Gigantomachia is one thing. Even Shigaraki and his entire team couldn't stand up to him. But Twice being able to make clones of Gigantomachia might hurt a little. Because the dude is basically a mixture between the Hulk and what's another What's another very, very tough individual that can't really be beaten because he's that ridiculously strong? The Hulk and the Hulk before Infinity War. Literally, the Hulk we got in Age of Ultron. You know, the one that just started to go mad with everyone? Regular comic books Hulk and the Age of Ultron Hulk, where he just lost his mind and just started to wreak havoc on everyone before Iron Man swooped in and tried to, take him down. But picturing Twice being able to clone Gigantomachia, that's a kind of a scary thought. Not to mention that if there's any other people with just, ridiculous strength, he can just clone them as well. Because he basically doesn't have a limit with his quirk. The only reason why he didn't push his quirk to the limit was the fact that he thought that for a while now that he thought he was one of his own clones. But it wasn't until one of the members of the Para-Liberation Army before they dissolved into the League of Villains. All it took was one of them breaking his arm and finding out that, hey, I didn't disappear after my arm was broken. So that means I'm me. All right, let's all the clones go. And he just made endless waves of clones everywhere with absolutely no limit whatsoever. So Twice is pretty much the ace in the hole for a lot of their members. I mean, sure, they already have a lot of members already with ridiculously powerful quirks. We got Dobby on the team who's able to manipulate fire, but if he uses it too much, then his body starts to literally heat up from the inside. He's all scarred because he's used his quirk to the point where it's literally start to sear his flesh from the inside out. That's why he has all the scars under his eyes, his arms, his neck. That's from him just basically using his quirk too long. Then we have Toga, who we know has learned to use her quirk to the point where not only can she copy people, but she can also copy the person's quirk as well. That's how she killed one of the main members of the Para-Liberation Army when they were fighting in Deka City. Then we have Compress, needs no introduction, and we got Spinner, who, well, I'm still figuring out like what's one of his really, really, really good quirks. Well, his really good... What is his quirk? Hold on. I need to look this up. Because I know for a fact it's... Okay, his quirk is Gecko. Grants reptilian appearance and the ability to cling to walls and other surfaces. Yeah, that's pretty much it. His quirk is Gecko, and it just lets him stick to walls and gives him the appearance of a reptile. Noted to be a rather weak and an unimpressive quirk, even among Shuichi's reptilian family. Yeah, that's pretty much his only quirk. So Compress, out of the two of them, Compress is the only one out of the entire group that has a pretty much bottom tier quirk. Because his only quirk is just him sticking to walls. So if he's not in an area where he can stick to walls, his quirk is pretty much useless. He doesn't have anything else. Aside from the fact that he's a massive fan of Stain. That's it. So everyone else who's in charge of a certain group, actually, let's go look through that group. I wish I did not exit out of that entire... I wish I didn't exit out of that entire window that I had, but I can bring it back so I can... Okay, so in charge of the Vanguard Action Tactics Regiment Black is Twice. In charge of Vanguard Action Guerrilla Warfare Regiment Violet with Dobby. Vanguard Action Intelligence Regiment in charge by Carmine and Toga. Well, it's just that's just the name of the groups. The Vanguard Action Tactics Regiment is called the Black. Vanguard Action Guerrilla Warfare Regiment Violet, Vanguard Action Intelligence Regiment Carmine, and Vanguard Action Support Regiment Brown. Toga's and Carmine, Spinner and Compress are in brown. The ice using quirk chick with Dobby is in violet, and Twice is by himself in black. He's the only person that has a whole group to himself. Everyone else is grouped up in twos. But yeah, I'm not going to keep you guys too long. I just wanted to do this reaction and give my review on it. I think this is a good chapter because now we get to see. This is probably going to be yet another example of all that the UA students from Class 1A and Class 1B have learned as far as rescue missions, as far as evacuating people from a potentially dangerous area. Because we only saw it during their the tests that they were taking for their licenses. And those were people who were, actors. This is going to be a moment where they get to try and evacuate people out of a city of who knows how many people live in before things go south really fast. And this is real life. This isn't no test where they get graded or anything. No, they need to act as if someone's about to die. So we get to see fruits of the labors of people's quirks that we haven't seen over a long time. New updated outfits I'm pretty sure they're going to showcase. So I can't wait for that. So I'm not going to keep you guys too long. I thought this was a good chapter. You guys let me know either here in the chat or once this video comes up. You guys let me know what you thought of this chapter as a whole. So I'm going to go ahead and, end it here because I still got to do my reaction to the One Piece episode that came out today. I'm going to do my reaction to that. That'll probably come out a little bit later. Well, actually, I'll probably do it right after this. Not live, though, of course, because, Toei and Funimation will really come down on me if I try and do that live, because they already came down on me for my reaction to episode 918, and I still had to edit it down to a little bit because any other segments in there longer than a minute, it really does. They really hit me with that copyright claim. It's not even funny. But I digress. Also, hey Jacob, good to see you again. I'm gonna end it right here. Hope you guys enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. So have a fantastic day. And once again, as always, later, peeps. God, I love my job.